Hello? We're going to knit this ear hat now. Bear ear hat. It's warm and looks good. What a cute hat. There's a little whirlwind coming out of the back in the form of a windmill. So cute. So let's start with the needle. The sample is this caramel color. I used a number 7 long steel needle. 2 balls of thread weave 1. 3 balls of thread can knit 2 of this hat. So let's start with the needle. Okay, I'm going to knit a sample for you. It's a little bit altered now. Shall we start now? Use the unused line at home and follow ours. The color contrast of the woven thread is larger. Okay, tie a slip knot. Hang on our stick needle. Then we start winding the needle. This coil we're winding, that's half of our stitches. We have to pick and loosen this coil, otherwise we won't be able to pick the needle later. Try to relax. Okay, let's just knit a sample here. I'll knit a dozen stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will start a sample of 10 stitches and 20 stitches here. We put this, after the coil is put down, put it outside and inside. Now let's knit the first line. We're going to pick the needle later. So we knit a little looser. Don't pull it too tight. Try to loosen our coils as much as possible. All right, all of us. Now we start knitting all the needles. Pull it too tightly. It won't be elastic later. Relax a little, knit these lines in front. This is a pinning method for our double thread. Wrap the thread and start the needle. After the needle is started, we pick to pick the double thread. The edge woven like this is elastic. Not easy to deform. Okay, so that's our first line. Knit all. Just relax, don't knit too tightly. We will weave all the tails. The first stitch is also knitted. Upper needle, now we come to the front. We do like this. It's still the same. Knit the needle. We knit 4 lines in front of us. This is the third line. Okay, then come to the reverse side. This is the third row, 3 small drum bags. And on the fourth line, we're knitting again. Okay, now we have 4 here. So now we have 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 line flat needle. All right, now we start to pick the double thread. Coil, this lower coil, we're going to pick it up. We'll start at the back here. Pick a coil to represent a needle. Our first shot, pick it up first. Let's press this thread down. The first stitch is knitted first. Okay, let's pick up the second stitch below. It corresponds, the second needle is picked up and we knit. Knitting, Go around first. Above, we knit 2 lower needles. Okay, we're going to use our fingers again. Push it up. Adjust a needle. Wrap it around first. We have 2 more upper needles here. It is adjusted from the coil we just wound. Turn back next to each other. One needle corresponds to 1 needle. Adjust to upper needles. Wrap the thread down. What we knit on it is the lower needle. 2 needles are good. Here are 2 upper needles, so we need different colors for this thread. In this way, we can distinguish this coil well. 2 upper needles. Adjust another needle. Did you tune it? It's online. Okay, 2 upper needles. Wrap the thread down, 2 lower needles. In this way, we will become double threaded here. 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. 2 up and 2 down. Okay? Wrap up. Adjust to below. Upper needle. Second upper needle. Okay, the last 2, lower needle. That is, we pull up 40 stitches. When we knit it, it becomes 80 stitches. I have a sample 20 stitches here. I can knit it 40 stitches. Okay, now we're going to double thread. 2 down and 2 up. We don't want it on this line. We'll unplug this extra wire. After unplugging, now we have a double thread. Weave according to the texture. There are 2 upper needles in the front. We also knit the first stitch. In this case, we'll adjust that one later. Pull rope. Okay, pick 2. To down. Do you knit it like this? We knit up like this. It's 8 to 10 lines in total for that braid. For younger children, we knit 8 lines. 2 up, 2 down. Knit whatever needle you see. Okay, our hat edge. We will knit the same. So let's see. We're going to knit the body part. Body part, what are we doing now? Knit this double thread. We began to weave. Body part are on both sides. Leave 3 to 5 needles for the ribbing. I have a 3-stitch ribbing here. What if you want it wider? We can keep 4 stitches and 5 stitches. 3 needle ribbing, then the other parts are all large, flat stitches. Let's knit now. The first 3 stitches are ribbing stitches. Then we have 3 knitting in front of us. On the front side, we have all the stitches. In the first row, we finish knitting. On the front, it's all knit and purl stitches. What about the tails? We just knit the 3 stitches on the side into the next stitch. The others are upper needles. It's the 3 stitches on both sides of the front and the 3 stitches at the front. It has always been a ribbing stitch. The ribbing stitch alternates every row. The opposite side is purling. It's also knit stitches. The stitch is also knitted on the front. It's a ribbing stitch. The other way around. Reverse to purl stitches. On the reverse side, the 3 stitches in front are ribbing stitches. They are also knit stitches. The first 3 stitches remain unchanged. The 3 stitches at both ends are all ribbing. They are knitted on both sides, so they become ribbing stitches. We will knit all the stitches on the back. This is the reverse side. Just knit the stitches. All right, everyone, go ahead and knit it to the top. Our last 3 stitches are ribbing stitches. The knit stitches are on both sides. We change it to a purl stitch. Just go around and knit the stitch. Okay, come to the front. On the front side, we are knitting all stitches. The first stitch is also knitted. We knit 2 rows, and the washboard pattern appears. I left 3 stitches here. If you prefer a wider one, you can use 4 or 5 stitches. That's not required, just to keep the edge from rolling. If you don't knit the ribbing stitch, the edge will easily curl. If you knit all flat stitches, the edge will curl up. Okay, keep knitting all the way from the front. Now we're on the other side again. On the reverse side, we knit these 3 stitches in front of us. The first stitch is knitted normally. The second stitch is a purl stitch. The third stitch is also a purl stitch. Wrap the yarn around, and the middle section of our hat is made of large, flat stitches. We knit the stitches. The last 3 stitches are worked into purl stitches. On the front side, it's all knit stitches. On the reverse side, these 3 stitches are also knitted. So these 3 stitches become ribbing stitches. Now, let's knit the brim. On the back. That's the side stitch. Everyone, go ahead and complete the previous section. Now, let's teach you how to close the top of the hat. We have knitted 10 rows of double ribbing. If knitting for a small child with fewer stitches, we can knit 8 rows. This one I'm making has 90 stitches. From the cast on edge to the top, I have knitted 12 centimeters. If it's for a young child, we only need to knit 11 centimeters. With fewer stitches, the hat body will be shallower, so we knit 11 centimeters. Alright, now we will start knitting the ears. I have a red stitch marker here. There are 90 stitches in total. Split in half, 45 stitches on each side from the middle. Then, on each side, we take 5 stitches. These form the ears. The space between the ears is 10 stitches. For adult hats with more stitches, we increase the middle spacing to 12 stitches. The more stitches we have, the wider the space. Alright, now let's count the stitches for both ears. I have 90 stitches here, so each ear has 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The ears will be symmetrical on both sides. We don't need the center stitch anymore. It was just marked for counting, to ensure a symmetrical 10-stitch space in the middle. Now, let's count again. The ear on this side also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total of 18 stitches. Alright, now it is like this. Each ear has 18 stitches. The space between the ears is 10 stitches. The remaining stitches on the sides determine how many are left. That is part of the hat body. The ears are within the body of the hat. Both sides will shape the ear section of the hat. Alright, we will continue knitting this ear. This part has 8 stitches. Continue knitting up to the stitch marker. Then knit 17 stitches forward. Leave 1 stitch unworked at the back. Leave 1 stitch. Alright, now we will do short rows. Slip the first stitch, pull the yarn tight. This creates a double stitch. Knit the rest of the row in purl stitches. Alright? Knit all the way across. Leave 1 stitch unworked on this side as well. Leave 1 stitch, then turn to the right side. Slip the yarn over the needle. If it's hard to pull here, we won't pull it. If possible, we pull it. If not, just leave it as is. Just wrap it and continue knitting. Alright? We don't do short rows on the first stitch of the front. Start short rows from the second stitch. Alright, now for the back section. Keep knitting. Knit until reaching 1 stitch before the previous short row. Knit 1 row, then do a short row. Quite simple. Alright, now for the short row stitch. Knit the stitch before it, then turn to the wrong side. Now take this stitch and slip it again to continue the short row. Wrap the stitch. Keep knitting. One row, one short row each time. On the wrong side, we knit all stitches in purl. Purl all the way across. All right, now here, we do short rows. The stitch before, we already know, so we turn back to the wrong side. One row, one short row each time. Bring the yarn to the front and slip the stitch. All right, continue knitting normally. For knit stitches, leave one stitch unworked in the front. For the back, twist each stitch when knitting. Keep knitting and check after 2 more rows. On the right side, knit all stitches normally. The knitting method remains unchanged. We are just using short rows to shape the ear. When reaching the short row stitch, we stop. Pick it up. Pull the yarn down and wrap it up. Then purl all remaining stitches. Knit one by one across. Automatically, we stop right before the short row stitch. All right? This stitch is a short row stitch, so stop here. Then continue the short row from the front again. Pick up the stitch. Knit all the remaining stitches normally and keep the yarn on the needle. Wrap it down directly. Knit one round. We know we stop at the short row stitch. One short row stitch per row. There aren't many rows left. All right, pick up the yarn and wrap it down. Then purl the stitches. All right, turn it over. Turn it over, and now in the middle, there are 4 stitches left in the middle. When 5 stitches remain, we include this one short row stitch. So 5 stitches remain. Actually, only 4 stitches are not part of the short rows. We also need to short row the stitch. Then, on each side, adding the wrapped short row stitch. The stitch we set aside plus the wrapped stitch makes 6 in total. Excluding these 4 non-short row stitches, the other side is the same. 1, 2 wrapped short row stitches, total of 6 on each side. All right, now we start closing the rows. Eliminate all the short row stitches at once. Leave the stitch marker here at these 4 stitches. Attach a stitch marker, knit all the remaining stitches in. All right, on this side, also attach a marker. It's optional to attach one. I'm adding one here for demonstration purposes. Just as a reference point, attach it properly, then eliminate all stitches at once. Convert all short row stitches to knit stitches. Knit everything through, knit across, including the last stitch. All right, turn it over. Now, For the first stitch, same as before. Make a short row, wrap the stitch first, then purl all remaining stitches across. All right, move the stitch marker over. Continue purling normally. All right, move this over. Now, decrease on this side as well. Purl all stitches on this side to decrease. 2 wrapped short row stitches. Knit 2 together into 1 purl stitch. We decrease on the front. Also, decrease these stitches on the back. All right? Knit everything through at once. Now, we're back to the right side. Same as before, right now. We've only knitted one side of the ear. Only half is done. We still need to knit the back. So we continue short row shaping. For the front section, we did short rows from the edge toward the center. Now we reverse direction and knit back. This time, we short row from the center outward. From the center, short row outward. That's why we left 4 stitches here. Because earlier, these 4 stitches weren't short rowed. We started from the edge. Previously, we short rowed from the edge to here. Now, we reverse direction. We start short rowing from this side. All right, let's take a look. Turn to the back side short row stitches. Knit the first stitch as usual. Pick up the short row as well. The edge stitches are also short rows. Then knit all remaining stitches instantly. All right, we're at the middle stitch marker. Now, the short row stitches remain unchanged for these 4 stitches. These 4 center stitches won't be This is the ear flap tip. All right, we don't need the stitch marker anymore. Knit 1 stitch here where we did the previous short row. Knit 1 stitch, then turn it over. We just short rowed up to here. Now, we short row back, return to the other side. Pick up the first stitch, wrap the short row first. The center for stitches remain unchanged. All right, we don't need the marker anymore. We are just making a marker. This stitch, we knit it through, and here, this stitch also needs to be purled, just like what we did earlier. Previously, we were adding stitches 1 by 1. Now, we are adding 1 stitch at a time again. All right, slip it onto the needle. For the back section, knit all stitches as normal. Now we are shaping with short rows. We need to knit them back row by row. All right, here's the previous purl stitch. We now remove it. Now, move to the next stitch. Turn it back again. Slip the first stitch. Wrap the yarn and bring it up. Purl stitch. On this side, we knit all stitches. 1 by 1, we knit back again, knitting back from the tip of the ear. This purl stitch, oops, knit this twisted purl stitch properly. Then move to the next stitch. Turn it over. Slip the first stitch and knit. If this part is too loose, just carry the stitch over directly. Knit 1 stitch. We finish this twisted purl stitch. Once the twisted purl stitch is done, move on to the next stitch. Right, twisted purl. 1 stitch at a time. We knit it back. First, bring up the twisted purl stitch. Then knit all the remaining stitches in purl. Alright, the twisted purl stitch is done. Move to the next one. Keep knitting downward like this. Make another twisted purl stitch here. For each decrease, knit one stitch, turn it over. Alright, first stitch, slip it off, bring the yarn forward, knit all stitches in purl. Same on this side. Purl all stitches across. Alright, decrease this one. Then knit another twisted purl stitch. Turn it over again. Now we have 2 twisted purl stitches here. For the first time, when decreasing, we had 1 twisted purl. Now we have 2 twisted purl stitches. Knit all the remaining stitches in knit stitch. Now we have 2. Knit these 2 together. Knit 2 twisted purl stitches together. Alright, turn it over again. Oops! Turn it over again. This stitch is still a twisted purl stitch. Bring the yarn over. Knit all the remaining stitches, purl stitch. This ear is almost done. Purl all the remaining 2 twisted purl stitches. Finish with a purl stitch. Turn it over. Now this side of the ear is complete. The first stitch is still a twisted purl. Knit all the remaining stitches. Now just keep knitting straight across and start working on the other ear. The first ear is finished. Now we knit the left ear. Knit as usual. The left ear is knitted the same way as this one. Alright, here is a twisted purl stitch. Knit 2 together. Here, there's one, we don't need this one. Now there is a gap here. Pick up 1 stitch from here. Pick up a stitch from the middle. Then knit it together with the next stitch. Knit 2 together. Now, there is no gap here. Alright, knit across the 10 stitches in the middle. Move the stitch marker. Now we knit the back ear, same knitting method as before. Start with the front. After finishing, sew a couple of stitches here. Let's finish knitting this part first. Knit as usual across the front. Leave one stitch in the middle. Make a twisted purl and turn over. Repeat the same method as the other ear. Alright, first stitch. Slip it, bring the yarn under and over. Knit all remaining stitches in purl. One stitch left, make it a twisted purl. Repeat the same method as the other ear. Slip stitch, yarn over. Knit the rest as knit stitches, wrap the yarn down. Tighten it as much as possible. Wrap the yarn down and knit straight across. Watch this part and complete the rest by yourself. This ear is done. If you don't understand, just watch the previous tutorial. Watch it a few more times. We start from the front part. On the right side, we knit one stitch at a time. Continue knitting until there are 4 stitches left at the top. Then, turn the work and use short rows from top to bottom. When turning, we use short row technique. Wrap and turn from top to bottom. Decrease 1 stitch, then short row 1 stitch. Then, decrease another stitch and do another short row. There is a pattern to follow, and it's quite simple. Knit the next stitch forward. Bring the yarn over, pull the yarn tight, create a double stitch loop. Then, knit the remaining stitches in purl. From here on, you can complete it by yourself. Once you reach the top, the final short row will be here. 2 short rows. Now, turn it over. The first stitch is still wrapped. Bring the yarn over and knit the stitch. Now, the last 2 stitches, decrease these 2 stitches together, decrease the 2 short row stitches. Now we are back to the right side. The stitch marker is no longer needed. Now that the ear is knitted, we can remove the marker. The first stitch is still the same. Knit another short row stitch. Now, continue knitting as normal. Knit all stitches to the end. Now, we need to close the gaps. There are small gaps on both sides of the ear. We need to close them properly. Otherwise, the holes will be too noticeable. Finally, decrease here. Decrease at this point, pick up a stitch from below. Pick it up in the middle. After picking up the stitch, combine it with the previous stitch. Pick it up, place it on the left needle. Knit the 2 stitches together. Now, there is no gap in the middle. The hole is now closed. Now, continue knitting normally to the end. Continue until we reach the other side of the ear. Knit across this short row stitch. Now here, we need to close another gap. Pick up a stitch from the middle. Knit it together with the previous stitch as K2. Now the gap is closed. Continue knitting normally. Now, we are at the back of the ear. Knit across. Same process for the other ear. Knit all the way across. Knit this short row stitch. Knit across another gap here. Pick up a stitch from below the short row stitch. Pick it up and knit it together with the next stitch. Knit 2 together to close the gap. The gap is closed, no more gaps. Continue knitting normally.